Hello.
Yeah.
So here, Dr. Vijay Pratap is also here.
Yeah.
He's Ramalinga Swami Fellow, and I we have him here as a very motivated person to help with this.
Yeah, Pushpin, we are starting in Sciversation, please. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, one
So,
minute.
okay.
Namaskar,
I
sir.
hope everyone has got a
Yeah,
chance
sir.
to see the
Sir,
brochure that
this
was
is with
prepared shared
yes, Ansari,
recently
sir, but
by
not with you.
Rupendra.
I'm sorry for the confusion. I
I'm
thought,
projecting it
whenever
on
you give time, any
on
Wednesday.
my computer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, please. How about next Wednesday, sir? If that is fine
Yeah,
with you,
I'm
3:30.
sorry that it has taken some time,
It's
uh,
okay.
but now I think we are on good track. I can uh, take this more regularly now.
Yeah,
I
sure, sir.
think these meetings
Sure,
will
sir.
help
I'll send you
us
the
keep on
invitation,
track
sir. Thank you
also.
so much. Thank you, sir.
Yes, please, Prash, please,
Uh,
your suggestion and everyone will welcome.
Yeah. Um, I'm sorry for the confusion. So we are just getting started. Yeah. So
yeah.
so thank you so much, everyone. Namaskar, everyone, and Namaskar, Ansari sir.
Yeah.
We are greatly honored to have yes, Ansari sir, who is a professor at Reproductive Health Laboratory, Center for Advanced Studies at Department of Zoology, University of Rajasthan. I've known sir over the last, I would say, close to 8 years, ever since I returned back to India in 2016. And prior to that, I just started, conversation on several frontier areas of reproductive health. Ansari sir obtained his PhD from Department of Zoology with Professor N.K. Lohiya, and then he went on to finish his brief stint of postdoctoral visits, and then he started his academic sojourn of experience as an assistant professor in 1996 in the same department until his superannuation last year. So he has had about prolific 31 years of academic excellence in the areas of reproductive health. Sir's experience largely focused on myriad areas of reproductive health, where a large amount of study was focused on contraceptives. As you pretty well know from previous conversations that we have had with N.K. Lohiya sir, sir was instrumental in bringing up RESUC, which is a contraceptive, which is an intravasal contraceptive, that was largely studied in langurs and as well as in certain rodents. Later on, his work moved on towards androgen receptor pathways, where a work on carica papaya seeds towards androgen receptor signaling was taken up, and that's where Sir has delved by and large towards his extraneous research that he has carved out over the last 31 years. Over the last, I would say, over the last, I would say, uh, uh, 31 years, apart from his androgen receptor signaling, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry for the brief pause. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We can hear.
So, did you hear my introduction, please? I'm sorry for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So apart from his research experience in the areas of carica papaya and as well as the research intravasal contraceptives that he has worked over the last 31 years, I've been closely working with him under the able guidance of Ankal Oya sir on the CA Prostate Consortium of India that we set up in early 2017. So today it's a great honor, sir. Thank you so much, for
Thank,
making it today amid your busy schedules. In fact, we have
yeah,
had a brief hiatus on in Sciversation for some reasons because of my transition, and also I was also traveling. And incidentally, when I look back into in Civerizations, this is the 75th in Civilization. So this is something to celebrate as well, which I feel I take it as a great honor to have Ansari sir today. So this is going to be extempore. So the very first question that I wanted to ask Ansari sir was, sir, coming from Bhilwara to Jaipur, what has changed over the last, I would say, 40 years of your academic journey? Sir, you're muted. Sir, you're muted. Ansari sir, you're muted. Yeah.
in fact, uh, um, just a moment. Uh, I did my PG degree from the MLB Government College, Bhilwara in 1984. And during my uh, PG study, I decided to go for research. And uh, various professors were present in the college. They were known to Professor Lohiya at that time. And they insisted me to meet Professor Lohiya just after completion of the PG course. Then I came here at Jaipur in somewhere in uh, September 1984, just after completion of my MSc zoology with the special paper cell biology. Then I met Professor Lohiya, and I talked with him many things about research and all careers, etc. Then he insisted me to join after 2 3 months in the January. Then I came again on the just 1st January 1985. I joined Professor Lohiya's laboratory as a PhD scholar. Then slowly I learned different techniques of the reproductive biology and helped my seniors at the time. 4 5 seniors were present. From them, I learned all techniques in few months. Then I registered for the PhD work. Then started work as per instructed by the seniors and Professor Lohiya and whole laboratory. Then slowly I pick up all things and worked uh, sincerely. And because I was from the not from Jaipur, outside, so then I said Professor Lohiya that I should have a hostel, a room, so that I can uh, do much more work in the laboratory. And immediately Professor Lohiya decided to shift to me the hostel, and I live in the hostel for immediately within 1 week I got that admission. And then I learned all techniques. Then at that time uh, we were working on the animal model as a langur monkey. And Professor Lohiya is was and is known for as a man of langur. And the our laboratory is only one laboratory in India that work on the Hanuman langur Presbytis antillus at that time. And then worked with many projects with Professor Lohiya. And from morning from 9 o'clock when lab opens, we come to work at the laboratory. Then we go to our hostel room for a dinner only and come back many times. We spent night in the laboratory itself. Then slowly I did my own research work, and also meanwhile, Professor sent me somewhere in uh, uh, August or September in 1986 to the AMS at the Department of Anatomy to learn the radioimmunoassay laboratory assays. And I worked there AMS in the Department of Anatomy. And for 3 months I was there and learned the whole technique of this radioimmunoassay. Then I came back at the time in somewhere in December. Then I engaged at the time, Professor Loya was organizing a conference, that is the National Conference on the Non-Pyramids for Biomedical Research. Then I joined that conference work. Then slowly after this conference, I worked that, and then I submitted my thesis somewhere in October '88. Then I got PhD awarded in somewhere in March 1989. This was the PhD whole very brief story. Then I slowly published some papers on my thesis and also some other works. Then at that time, I had um, junior research fellowship from the ICMR, and then I converted into and the SRF. Then when I was awarded the PhD, immediately on the next month I was promoted to the research associate at the time. Then I worked on a molecule that was anti-cancer, but also used as a contraceptive. That was the toluidamide, a very, very specific molecule was there. And I did experiment on two animal models, one on the rabbit and second was the langur monkey. And the specific speculity of this molecule was that it worked or inhibits the circular cell functions. That's why delayed reversibility was there. Then I published several papers on this molecule. Then when it was completed, immediately I applied for the research scientist pool of researchship of the CSIR. Then I got the pool of researchship, and it was for from the 19 somewhere in 1991 October, and I worked on the again as a different contraceptive on the langur monkey. That was the initial my career as a researcher. Then meanwhile I got various fellowships at the time. Then in somewhere in say August 1986, I joined as an assistant professor in the same department. But before few days, I selected as an lecturer in the Government College of Rajasthan. For few days, I worked also there, then resigned, come back to the Rajasthan University in August 1986. Then I promoted as professor meantime, and professor then I also appointed in the June 1983. 1923. This was the whole story. Anything else, Dr. Prasad?
Sir, thank you so much. I mean, a lot of
Yes.
changes during these wonderful years of illustrious career. So I was just wondering, sir, moving further,
Just a
if
moment.
you really see, I forgot to probably ask Loya sir last time, what made you to focus on langur monkeys studies, Langur Hanumanji, what was the main reason for langurs? I mean, is it
Yeah,
because of their ability to take up the contraceptives, or
yeah,
maybe the rodents, are not probably good animal models, for this kind of study? Yeah.
yeah. Uh, in fact, uh, if we see or compare different animal models, rat, rabbit, and langur monkey, then the reproductive physiology or anatomy is very, very alike with the human. And the testis volume of the langur is almost similar with the human. And also, langur is the non-seasonal animal. And therefore, we can work on this animal model throughout the year. If you compare it with the rhesus monkey or other animal, then that's why this animal model is superior than other animal model. This is the thing.
Yeah, wonderful, sir. I mean, in fact, I was also reading while I was going through lots of SARS-CoV-2 papers. I also realized that langurs, just like humans, if you really see
Yeah,
the trans-evolutionary stances that they have taken up,
yeah,
many of those particular langurs are very much resistant to various diseases like
yeah,
viruses, viral
yeah,
diseases, and
yeah,
bacterial diseases as well,
yeah,
just like what humans have. And they would probably develop effective antibodies in their body as opposed
yeah,
to maybe rabbits or even other rodents. Yeah,
yeah,
wonderful, sir. So
yeah.
moving further, I know that you have worked not only on research but also on the Carica papaya based entities. So, what made you to choose again Carica papaya?
Yeah. In fact, what happened in somewhere in 1985 or so, it is a very long story about the Carica papaya to pick up this plant product as a contraceptive. Uh, there was a professor in the Gujarat University, Ahmedabad, Professor Chinoy was there. And uh, a conference was held in Bombay or somewhere there. Then some controversy was existed about the contraceptive efficacy of the seed product of the Carica papaya. And Professor Chinoy uh, contacted to Professor Loya about to uh, have their experiment on the rat model, and the drug was unknown with us. Then she gave us. Then we uh, um, did experiment on that. Then we found it is effectiveness. Then slowly we pick up with different extracts like alcohol, aqueous, and chloroform extracts. Then we found that the chloroform extract was the most efficacious, most effective. Then we slowly repurified it about and characterized this up to molecule level. Then we found that it is much more effective. It worked on both sides at the testis and also on the epidermis. But the efficacy slows down when you purify it at the molecule level. Then we decide what happened. We did it with the nanoparticle molecules. We combined ligand with the nanoparticle molecule, then we enhance the efficacy with the reduced dose level. And this is worked very well without any toxicity in the rat model. We did this, and we did very, very efficacious, and the dose level of the neat uh, characterized Carica papaya is in the milligram levels, while with we tagged it with the nanoparticle, the dose was reduced to micrograms, 3 times. Then efficacy was similar with the neat characterized compound and also with the tagged nanoparticle molecules. And we did this, and we published uh, papers on that also. This is thing.
Yeah, wonderful,
Yes.
sir. Yeah. Sir, I mean, since you were talking about the efficacy of these things in rodents, I mean,
Yeah.
that begs us a question going back to langurs.
Yeah.
Sir, in rodents, there is something called noble mice, which
Yeah.
is known to have a hormonal balance. So, which means even if you induce those particular rodents with some drugs or with some chemicals or whatever, their hormones do not drastically change in noble mice.
Yeah.
So, do you also see such kind of things in langurs, sir, where you treat them with those kind of things, and they are they have maintained, probably they could maintain that kind of hormonal balance kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Similarly, with it, and the langur is almost similar, behaves like the human beings, and the hormonal contents. We measured different hormones, testosterone and different cortisol, progesterone, and it behaves like the human beings, and it is superior than the rat model also.
Right. Wonderful, sir.
And one more thing, uh, when we compare the prostate of the langur with the human being, and we published a paper on this prostate with the juvenile, infants, and the adult. Compare the prostate, and that prostate architecture and morphology is very much similar with the human being. This is the thing.
Yeah.
It means it is very alike in structurally.
Right.
Prostate also.
Excellent, sir. I mean, that also begs us a question. Now it is understandable what made you to probably work on radioimmunoassays as opposed to ELISA,
Yeah,
because in radioimmunoassays you probably use those radio-labeled isotopes as opposed
yeah,
to an enzyme-based things, which may not really prove to be effective in langurs or maybe in
yeah,
rodents.
yeah,
So maybe that is probably one of the reasons why you used RIA as opposed to an ELISA.
yeah,
Moreover, RIA could be more cost effective, I believe, sir, when
yeah,
compared
yeah,
to other things. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, sir. Moving further, I know working with lawyers, sir, is already is always a kind of an amazing thing. I know that also makes us a perfect scientist,
yeah.
a true disciplinarian and other things. So, if you don't mind, what has really changed working in Lawyer Search Lab? Is there any specific thing that you wanted to convey to our audience here on what specific things that has really transformed your life after joining Search Lab? Yeah.
Mm. In fact, uh, I learned many things from Professor Loya. First, the time punctuality. Professor Loya is very punctual in timing, and I learned from him. Means the lab timing is 9 o'clock. Means 9 o'clock. We have to have our presence at 9 o'clock in the laboratory, and till that we work whole day. Only we have only lunch time, so that after that we don't know when we have to leave the lab, because I live in the hostel, and I didn't saw the sun on in front of me. Worked late night, and in fact, at that time, Professor Loya was residing in the teacher's residence that was just opposite, just behind to our
Yeah.
hostel. And in the laboratory, me and Professor Lai was only, and other scholars, they used to leave the laboratory. We both were the last to leave the laboratory. Then Professor Lai insisted me to come with me. I will drop you to the hostel. So usually we both goes after laboratory to my hostel, and he goes to his residence. This was our routine, and many times this happens with us. Yeah.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. I mean, what a blessed fortune that you had working in the lab. So moving further, so before this, I just wanted to tell the audience that I forgot to mention that sir is has been associated with ISSRF, which is Indian Society on Study
For
of
the
Reproductive
study of
Fertility. And of course, Loya sir, Barka, and Ansari sir have been very much instrumental in running the society over the last several years. Nirmal Loya sir is the president, and Ansari sir served in different portfolios as well.
Treasurer.
Yeah. So one of the major things that I could think of is the management of ISSRF journals and the newsletters.
Yeah.
I know a lot of efforts goes in working towards the newsletters, that too the print newsletters and also the soft copy newsletters and all those kind
Yeah.
of things. So and that too on time, and that too in a very perfect shape. You don't find
Yeah.
either other teda moda things, or any kind of these kind of things. I know you
I
might
tell you
really.
one thing. I tell you one thing. And during my research time, when I was doing PhD, and different letters come after typing, manual typing comes, and a typist bring that letters, hold the letters in the evening, and Professor Loya used to give it to me to proofread the letters and papers, and I slowly picked up this thing to how to proofread the letters and the papers. And I uh, um, uh, uh, learned of this thing from Professor Loya, that a single dot mistake should not be there in anything. So I picked up, and this gave me several publication of books. So far, I have written or authored 22 books,
Wow.
and that are textbooks, practical manuals, edited books, etc., and monographs also. This is the thing, and this is whole credit goes to Professor Loya only because
Wonderful,
of
sir.
the this thing.
Wonderful, sir.
Yeah,
I mean, what a fascinating journey. Yeah, sir. Moving further, I just wanted to ask you, of course, another question. Um, uh, Major things that we have seen over the last, I would say, 5 years is, the COVID has really changed the lives of several people, and
yeah,
to a smaller extent because of radiation or because of other things, uh, the male's reproductive cycle is also slowly getting damaged or tarnished. So what amount of radiation do you think that the reproductive health of male counterparts is really affecting today's health, and that is really taking up other things. If you really see today, even though there are sperm banks, even though there are some
yeah.
kind of
Mm.
ovum banks and other things, sometimes the male is many a time at a jeopardy, because many a time we really don't get that amount of sperm that is to
Yeah.
be recapitulated for the progeny. So
Mm.
so where do you think that the current radiation regimen is really affecting men's health? Yeah.
Uh, In fact, if we analyze the from last 50 or 60 years semen parameters, small characteristics, then we found that the sperm parameters are declining. Sperm concentration is declining, and also motility and other parameters are declining. And the main cause of this declining is the lifestyle. This is the only thing that we should uh, ensure, that the lifestyle should be like that. It should not affect the reproductive system of the male as well as female. And we found this thing that, and also the WHO criteria we see. In earlier WHO seminal parameter manual, they said the normal sperm count is the 20 million per ml. But in the newer WHO manual says that the 15 million per ml sperm concentration is okay, it is normal. So that the whole sperm count is declining because of different factors. It may be radiation, it may be lifestyle, it may be chemicals, or it may be pesticide, anything. And it may be this laptop or the mobile also. It may affect several parameters. And this is, we should care all these things.
Right.
This is.
Wonderful, sir. I completely agree on this. So, last couple of questions. Sir, I know you're always smiling, although on a lighter note, Nirmal Loya sir is always sitting in front of you, or maybe you sit
Yeah.
in front of Nirmal Loya sir. And you're always, with a lot of patience, a lot of, always, smiling, smiles on your face, and always,
Yeah.
this thing. So, what
In
is
my behind, you can see
wow,
my pet.
hi. Yeah, I could see that.
He's,
Wow.
he's listening you.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that, sir. Wonderful. Yeah, yeah. So I know animal lovers are always, patient, but what is that secret? There must be some other secret on your always, smiling and lovely patience that you always have. Yeah.
And the one secretary is my mentor, and second is my better half.
Wow. Wonderful, sir.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Because of her, it is not possible at all to do all research work, though I superannuated, but my laboratory work and the routine is same as before I worked as professor.
Right.
There is
Wonderful,
no
sir.
change at all.
Wonderful. Yeah, I know. But it's absolutely amazing to know all these kind of research journey that you have had over the last, I would say, 35 years, sir. Always,
40 years, say
always,
40 years.
yeah, 40 years. Always an inspiration. Always, a kind of, things. I learned a lot of things from this. But one final question, sir. Yeah, are there any occasions where you probably disagreed with lawyers, sir, on any other things, or disagreed with any people of your particular age group, and how you converted that agreements or disagreements in an agreeable way? Yeah.
And not so much, but very, very minute things when Professor Daya may be disagree or I may be disagree, but at one point, then I resolve that issue. Then we work together, and the finally outcome comes after this discussion, agreement or disagreement. Then we go to final this thing.
Yeah, wonderful, sir. Sir, if I can kindly ask you, I'm about 47 now. I'll be retiring in about 13 years. So I wanted to join Lawyer Sir's lab after my retirement, or maybe
You
now as well. If I
you
can.
already joined.
Of course, I
You already
joined,
joined.
but fiscally is something quite amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, you are our family member
No, no. Thank you,
as a
sir.
researcher, huh?
Yeah.
And you are a family member of our laboratory colleague also.
No, no. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you so much for your lovely words and blessings. So, friends, this was Ansari, sir, but we are not going away. I request everyone to switch on your camera and please ask questions. There are some questions from Indrani, and also someone raised a hand. I'm sorry, I forgot. Indrani, please ask the question. Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you, Prash
Insani.
sir. Thank you, sir, for your such wonderful insights. So, your study was very interesting, sir, on terms of selecting the animal model, that is langur animal model, langur monkeys. So,
Yeah.
my question was like, usually, like we still now we prefer to choose rats only for any cancer studies. So, what
Yeah.
was your specific point that why did you choose langur monkeys in that case? That is my first question. And second thing is, sir, animal handling is a major thing before you we start in experimentation. So how did you
Yeah.
overcome the challenge of handling langur monkeys, sir?
If we see the morphology or weight of the langur is around 15 to 20 kg. And for handling langur, some muscle power should be there. And also 2 to 3% assistance should be there to handle or restrain in the cage itself. And it is very, very difficult, and you will not surprise that at a one time in somewhere in 1987, we three were handling the langur for semen collection, and two persons suddenly uh, uh, um, what happened, they were went, I don't know why, what happened, and my whole hand was inside the mouth of the langur, and my whole this thumb was inside the mouth of langur, and he cut like anything. This is the just came with me. And if we see the langur, then if we compare the reproductive physiology and also the intestinal morphology and also the volume and weight with the body weight, it is almost similar with the human. And also this is a non-seasonal animal like human. That it is preferred for research work. This is the thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful answer, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Anything?
much, sir. Yeah,
Any
anyone
question?
else has any questions, please? Someone raised the hand. I'm sorry, I forgot who is that.
Sir, good evening. Kausar Nayal, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
So, Prashant, I had a chance to meet sir actually recently in first week of April in Jaipur.
Dr. Bilal.
So I'm very happy that sir usually always be silent mode and keep quiet always. He's listening carefully, and for the first time I came to know his wonderful research work and all. And definitely there is a way to learn more things from you, sir. So whenever I come next time,
Yeah,
I would love to hear more and more things from you from the research point of view.
sure.
And one request, sir, I have with you. I already had a short discussion regarding this implementation of HPV screening and vaccination in Jaipur.
Yeah,
So maybe we can discuss offline, and
sure.
we are going to take your input on this. We had a
Yeah,
meeting actually
yeah,
just 1 hour before your lecture actually today
yeah,
itself.
yeah, yeah,
So Prashant is very, very, optimistic towards the implementation of
yeah,
vaccination drive in both the gender. So
yeah,
we'll discuss offline as well. So
yeah,
in fact, I don't have any question as of now, but I
yeah,
just wanted to say I'm very happy today that I listened almost hour now. This is for the first time actually since we know each other for a long time now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's really wonderful, sir. Your entire journey and research work is really appreciable. Thanks a
yeah,
lot, sir.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, Nayas. In fact, on that point, on the
welcome.
vaccination that we were discussing some 1 hour ago, Nayas, in fact, the HPV vaccination in males was attempted in monkeys only, in fact, but they're not
Yeah,
langos, but some monkeys. So that was what, that was something, similar question that I asked, Ansari sir, because they could, adhere to those kind of,
Okay.
hormonal,
yeah,
balances, actually. Yeah. So thank you so much, Niyaz, for that. Yeah. Any more questions,
Yeah.
please?
Thank you.
I know Lawyer sir is busy actually, but if there is an opportunity, Lawyer sir may probably speak one word about his best, probably student professor. Yeah, please. If Lawyer sir is available.
I think he is not available.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. So otherwise, friends, I request all of you to switch on your camera. This was Ansari sir, and as I told you in the very first introduction, I'm sorry for my brief voice cuts in between. Sir is the only first few NAMS and NASI fellow, and he has been very much instrumental in taking up ISSRF, helping Loya sir and Barka and several other things to greater heights. The kind of research focus on research, especially on langur monkeys, is absolutely impeccable, and the kind of newsletters coverage
And
and the
also
journal.
clinical trial.
Yes, sir. And newsletter coverage and the journals that he has been co-editing with ISSRF is absolutely, very amazing and inspirational as well. And the Carica papaya research, which very briefly earlier Barka also presented earlier in one of the journal clubs earlier. So that's also, is quite amazing. So this was absolutely Ansari sir, and thank you so much for everyone for joining. I know when I say that you will, the best question will receive dark chocolate, everyone joins. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll see. I have to figure it out. If everyone joins, then there must be something, with respect to dark chocolate. I'll tell you the reason why. Okay, and you see, Gopesh is driving in US. He's somewhere
Yeah.
in US, and he's also, put on the camera. Okay. Anyways, for you
Yeah.
there is no dark chocolate.
Hi everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
Anyway, so one final photograph shot. All of you, please smile. Everyone, please switch on your camera. Yes. 3, 2, and 1. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. Thank you so much, Ansari sir. And friends,
Okay.
let's give a big round of applause to Ansari sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Ansari sir. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.